back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line. Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The touch and time here are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, box truck. Now.
Now Jones. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check 43. 6 guys. Check. Fair. Smooth. 6-6. Pull it high. Under crunch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Switch. 59 on the ball.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. Throwing on 1st down. Jones looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get that quarterback and
They'll drop the throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, time to the ending. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, Mike 50.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Completes it to Samuel. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. No chance. Yeah, Jay. Stay in open. Short. Mike 55, Mike 55.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts, to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 29-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
X3, 218, chop. Check. Check, hot. Switch. Showing 61, matchbox lights.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready. 18 Gator. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Check 37. Watch the eye. Hard. Shoot.
Off the play fake. Jones got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Packers nothing.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
He's not going to get me. Minus 57. 57's right. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shoot. Topper. Slam. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, Sam on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Tight end right. Alone. 3 down.
Jones now. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They go quickly here out to Moore. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
60 yards. Come on. Go on. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Rock it. 50. Alert three. Blue draw Porker. Tighten up. He's checking.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Heavy on the edges. Deuce. Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You got nothing. There.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down.
Before a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets into the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench, call it again, I want to get into the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check, pick up. Squeeze. Two.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up third and goal.
70, Indy. You're out. But ready.
They'll run here on third and goal. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal.
Fourth and goal at the 2-yard line.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2.
Lucky. Ready? Mike 57. Woo!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 5. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
2nd and 10. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check. Look at me. Go. Check. Big grip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 25.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready? 18, Gator. 57 to Mike. On the ball. Look at me, zipper. Go.
Jones on 3rd and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. A lone 2nd remains now in this 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, 50 to Mike. 50.
Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This will be caught at about the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. He'll look to throw. Finds, and it's a touchdown for the Packers. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there playing keep away.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. Making the catch is Sternberger. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Mike 55! Mike 55! Don't get nervous! Mike!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hard, hard. Nice.
Going to give this time to the tailback.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Slade. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 24. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here we go, here we go. Touchdown.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll drop to throw, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Packers get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's filling feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Steelers, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our